It is now time to present the Walt Grealis Special Achievement Award. As many of you know, Walt Grealis was one of the co-founders of the JUNOS, and we are excited to present this award to individuals who have contributed to the growth and development of the Canadian music industry. Here to honor tonight's recipient, Denise Jones, please welcome veteran journalist and former Toronto Star music critic, Ashanti Infantry.
Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. Good evening, everyone. That optimistic hook of the Bob Marley song, Three Little Birds, was a mantra of Denise Jones, who passed away in 2020. Guided by her faith and imbued with a can-do spirit, my dear friend spent a lifetime elevating Black and Caribbean culture in Canada and around the world. She held many hats. Denise was a producer, radio host, artist manager, university lecturer, but her overarching achievement was as one of the leading promoters of reggae music in Canada, helping to bring artists like Leroy Gibbons and Exco Levi to the fore, and as the founding chair of the JUNO Awards Reggae Category. Her passion for championing underrepresented art forms and artists inspired her to create Jones & Jones Productions in 1987 with her husband, Alan Jones. The company grew to become one of Canada's premier marketing and entertainment companies and established annual events like the Legends of Reggae Tribute and JAMBANA One World Festival. All the while, Denise modeled entrepreneurship, leadership, and cultural pride, particularly for Black women like me, who are navigating our way through mainstream sectors with few visibly similar mentors. She showed us how to innovate, how to thrive in competitive industries while remaining connected to our roots. Denise was fearless. She held politicians, corporate and community leaders, and media executives accountable in her pursuit of opportunities and platforms to elevate Black artistry, particularly reggae music. Denise is missed, but her impact is pervasive and eternal. We see it in the widespread understanding and acceptance of Jamaican culture across this nation, in the flourishing Black creatives following in her footsteps. We see it in the continuing philanthropic work of Helping Hands Jamaica Foundation, which builds schools in her birthplace. And most importantly, we see it in the evolving family business, which continues to promote and advance cultural diversity. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Let's take a moment and watch this video.
Ever since we lived in Jamaica, even before we got married, we thought of a company called Jones & Jones, a team, because we actually started as a theatrical team. When we came here, we noticed that there wasn't any Caribbean flavor to the entertainment. And then we saw the need to do good reggae shows in our community. They don't know how to execute things, to let things move from idea to reality. Denise knew the ins and outs of all of that. We have always put a banner onto things, you know, because the Caribana, so we had Reggae Bana, we even had Brambana until we landed on JAMBANA.
They came and they saw a vacancy or an opportunity to create something. I don't even think at the time they really knew what it would be.
JAMBANA was important for the community. It wasn't just a reggae show. It was an education. They would do Jamaican comedies. They'd also do talent shows.
The name Jones & Jones rang bells. It was the only competitions that was created by people from the community for people from the community.
From 11 o'clock in the day till around 7 in the night, we could see a sea of people.
It was way ahead of its time when you think about it, because probably being the first Black-led agency in this country, nobody was out here trying to book reggae talent, let alone a lot of Black talent.
That was her thing, was exposing Jamaican talent, Jamaican culture to the people of Canada.
Jamaican culture, Jamaican music, Jamaican roots is embedded in her. That when she were offered the job to be the chair of the JUNO, she said, listen, I have to have reggae music represented.
She always believed we should have a seat at the table. So I believe that was really important in why she believed that this reggae category needed to be in line with the pop, with the rock, with the jazz.
She would always impress upon the artists and everybody. Submit. Let them know you are here.
If it was not for Denise really championing reggae being recognized at the JUNO Awards, there would not be the amount of artist development that we had over the years. It took someone to start, and Denise was one of those people that started. For her, it wasn't just about, oh, we have a JUNO Award and you get recognized in your country. For her, it was just a part of a bigger picture. She never thought any event, any person, any situation was beyond her. She always thought that it was doable, and she was relentless.
My show used to air at 1:30 on a Saturday. She hit me up at like 9 o'clock Friday evening. Tony, Denise Jones. I have Muta Baruka coming in from Jamaica. Can you get him on the show, T? So when is he coming? Tomorrow. I said, Denise, my show is at 1:30. It's like now. Yes, I understand. So I'll be there at 12:45. And I said, okay, all right, whatever, Denise. And I welcomed it because I embraced it because I knew what she was doing. I understood.
She deserves to be that North Star for that little girl who's gonna grow up to be the next Denise Jones.
Denise's legacy is gonna be like a poster on the wall for generations to come. My kids will born in this country. I know that there's a place in the JUNO Awards for them, singing reggae music, singing conscious music. They could look at that poster every day and say, Denise Jones, I can do it. I will do it.
Denise is the ultimate trailblazer. We wouldn't have some of the spaces that we have now if it wasn't for Denise. Everything from creating the Reggae JUNO Award category and helping to create that and bringing that forward to now, to helping someone like myself be in the position that I'm in now. As a woman of color, it's important that people recognize that and recognize it publicly so that we can understand what came before us and that we can live in the legacy of that, celebrate that, and then continue the work.
Now with Jesse and Jeremy, my two sons, they're the ones at the helm of Jones & Jones.
What was it like growing up with Denise Jones as your mother? You can't help but believe that things are possible because you see them happening. That to me is what I think lives on.
She was one of the people to put those building blocks together to really build it up to where it is today. She definitely gave us the tools that we needed to continue on.
She was doing things not just for her in the moment, but for the movement. I think she'd be happy to know that, hey, you know, the show is going on and we're honoring every bit of the work that's been done.
On behalf of the late Denise Jones, please welcome her sons, Jesse and Jeremy Jones.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Just a quick point. My dad wasn't able to join us due to some extenuating circumstances, so I just want to give his regards, and he sends his regards and thanks. And I think he's watching right now, so what's up, Dad? Firstly, thank you to Ashanti for that lovely, lovely introduction. Thanks also to Advance Music Canada and to Alexis for that beautiful art piece that you will see in the hallway of my mom. It's really beautiful. Big thanks to Danielle, Avery, and the rest of the team for crafting that wonderful video. Thanks to Vivian, Cardi, Master T, and Exco for sharing those very, very kind words. Also thanks to Exco for that walk-up music as well, song that my mom loved. And thanks again to Karis for awarding my mom with this prestigious Walt Grealis Special Achievement Award. She would have been extremely happy to be here with you all today. So happy to walk the red carpet, to rub shoulders with others in the industry. So happy to receive this award. And we're honored to accept it on her behalf. It's been said that memories don't live like people do. Now, the precious memories that I have of my mom are amazing, ones that I would not trade for the world. But to have her physically here to enjoy this moment with her would have been absolutely amazing. Mother's Day just passed on May 8th, and I'm sure a lot of mothers across Canada got shown plenty of love. But I'm asking that you don't just show out on that specific day. Continue to shower your moms with love year-round. And when I say that, I mean that you should call them, you should text them, you should hug them, you should spend time with them, you should appreciate them. And if there's a broken relationship there, try to mend it if possible. Tomorrow is not promised, so please do it while you have the chance to do so. And I also want to give a big shout out to all the moms in the crowd. If you're a mom in the crowd, make some noise for me. All right? Very nice, very nice. You all are wonderful, wonderful people. And to my mom, Claudia Denise Jones, as a preacher would say, I'll see you on that great getting up morning.
Thanks, Chair, and good evening, everyone. Growing up, the words impossible and can't didn't exist in our home. Our parents instilled in us a firm belief in ourselves and an ability to achieve anything that we dreamed of, and more importantly, anything that we decided to work towards. I've always felt that the greatest gift you could ever give someone is hope and belief in themselves. And we were fortunate to be surrounded by that kind of uplifting energy every single day. While the name Denise Jones may not be familiar to some of you in this room here tonight, her name is very, very familiar to many in our world. Her devotion to championing our beloved Afro-Caribbean culture and the many examples of artistic and business excellence that exist within our community resulted in well-known achievements like the creation of the JUNOS Reggae Category, the founding of JAMBANA One World Festival, the second largest Afrocentric cultural event in Canada, and the building of frameworks and infrastructures that many in our industry have and continue to benefit from. But what equally amazed and inspired all of us was the fact that none of these accolades or any others ever overshadowed her steadfast commitment to being our mom. My brother and I stand before you tonight as testaments to what years of love and wisdom, guidance, and perseverance being poured into our young people looks like. And we remain committed to the Jones & Jones legacy of shining a bright, empowering light onto our culture, as well as building bridges and harnessing positive vibes and energy that allow us all to move forward together as stewards of arts, entertainment, and a collective bridging of humanity. We're in some serious times, and we need that kind of energy more than ever right now. Thank you to the JUNOs for honoring our mother with this incredible award. Her tireless efforts to ensure that we all have a seat at the table and that we're all seen and heard began long before it became en vogue in 2020. And the ripple effects of her work will continue long after. One love to all of you. The legacy continues. Thank you once again, and God bless.
That Mother's Day stuff got to me. Oh, congratulations again to Denise Jones, her family, and thank you, Jesse and Jeremy.